I went into September with a plan. I was going to post double the number of videos that I had been publishing previously. In August, I posted 8 videos. In September, I had plans to post 17. Here's why I wanted to do that. I thought that by posting more videos, I could grow my audience. I thought I could get more videos into my backlog. Plus, I had just gotten my own studio after my son moved out of the house, and with a freshly empty nest, I wanted to have a chance to build a foundation for the thing that I wanted to do most in the next phase of my life. And yeah, I thought that posting more videos, having more content would get me more subscribers and grow my video in the metrics that I need to get to a monetized YouTube channel. Most of that did not happen. I actually did make more videos than usual. I ended up posting 11 videos in September. Most of those happened in the first half of the month, and then life intervened. And during the second half of the month, I posted even fewer than my normal. However, even though I did that, that overall increase didn't lead to more watch time. And I'll talk about that more in a moment. But first, I want to talk about what it taught me about what I want, what I'm capable of, and what works for me in terms of creativity and content creation. So the first thing I learned through this crazy September experiment gone awry was that I was posting at the right pace for me already. Look, everyone's situation is unique, and my situation is that I am an individual YouTuber. I'm not backed up by an editing partner or any sort of a team to do any of the work surrounding these videos. I make a combination of scripted and vlog style videos, some of which are more work than others. And also, well, I don't have a complex life per se. I do have a life that involves a lot of uncertainty. And in any work that I do, I have to be able to take that fundamental uncertainty into account. Second, by pushing myself to my absolute max for a month, and I will tell you that even though I was way more productive in the first half of the month than the second, both of those times I was working at my maximum capacity for that moment. I learned that I do have those ups and downs, those ebbs and flows in my life, and by using those high capacity times, I can actually even out the low capacity times. And that doesn't mean pushing myself to the max all the time. It means being aware of when my capacity is higher and doing a little bit more, being aware of when my capacity is lower and doing a little bit less, and not trying to maintain that steady pace constantly, no matter what the circumstances. I can outwardly keep a steady pace of uploading videos while internally following the ebbs and flows, the highs and lows of my life. Using those high capacity times to bolster the lower ones is actually much, much better for me than going through this constant cycle of burning bright and then flaming out. In terms of growth, with all of my hopes for growing this channel through a month with a lot of content, what I learned was that one highly successful video has way more impact than 10 mediocre ones. I can't control how many people view my videos. I can't control how long each of you spend on a video. What I can do is increase each video's chance of success. And the way I can do that is by researching deeply and having other sources, other writers, other researchers to back up the things that I've noticed and experienced. I can give my own ideas the time and the space that they need to grow and develop. My best videos are always the ones that have been percolating the longest. I can provide myself with ample editing time. A good edit is going to do more to keep people interested than a quickly put together edit that doesn't really do anything to maintain your attention or keep you interested in the video. And finally, simply by reading the YouTube algorithm and allowing videos a little bit of space to breathe. Sometimes views get cut off by the system because there's a newer video coming out, and allowing just a little bit of space between those videos sometimes lets one take off that might not have otherwise. The final thing that I learned from September, looking back on it, is that the writing part of my work is just as important as the video part. And in order to do a whole lot of videos in September, I really neglected the writing part. For those of you who do not know, I do have a regular newsletter on Substack in which I send out personal essays, more intimate stories about my life. I remind readers about recent videos. I sometimes share written scripts of videos that I post here that have them. And I also share writing that has never been and will never be filmed for YouTube. For me, that writing is both a way to create another level of connection with an audience and also to provide myself with an income stream, because there are various subscription levels to that newsletter ranging from free to about $100 a year. And if you do want to subscribe to that, I always put the link in the description of every video. Having thought through those lessons from September and synthesized them, my takeaways from the month and the things that I'm going to use moving forward are that I do have the capacity to create a bit of a buffer for low times. And I should do that to help maintain consistency in my output. Second, when I'm feeling bored like I was leading into September, I need to find other ways to challenge myself than just more. And y'all should remind me of that next September if I forget. And third, the pace of my growth is the pace of my growth. I am better off enjoying the process in making the connections that I'm making and in improving my skills than in trying to do things to game the system to make my growth curve steeper and faster. It is what it is, and I need to live with that. Look, this is not the glowing report that I wanted to come back from September's experiment with, but it's what happened, and I learned what I learned, and we will move forward with that knowledge. But as always, I am grateful to be making this content. I love coming and talking to you several times a week. And I am wishing you love and joy and all of those good things. And I can't wait to talk to you again on Friday.